Our success is no coincidence. Like yours, it was hard-earned, with many great stories along the way. But as with all great companies, we had humble beginnings. My journey actually started as a draftsman in 1927 for Evinrude Motors, but only lasted 3 months. I was fired. Not my fault. They couldn't see that their engines would be better if they worked out the flaws. Like many of you, I'm a perfectionist. I could see issues in engines, and then I would spend weeks tinkering to make sure I got it right. As you know, finding people with a similar mindset is hard, and I didn't like working with anyone who was not a perfectionist. Little did I know that in 1939, like many of you, I had passion for family businesses and wanted to start my own. So I bought this dyeing manufacturing company in Cedarburg, Wisconsin with my father. We never intended to get into the outboard business. My plan was to make magnetic separators for the dairy industry. But included in the assets of the company were 300 defective outboards that had been rejected by a large mail order retailer. This would be the start of a journey with a business that one day would be a household name around the world. It started from a dream. With nothing but 2 hands and an honest heart. Sound familiar? With a focus to succeed, just a year after commencing operations, we launched Mercury, named after the Roman god of speed, and exhibited Mercury the first time at the New York Boat Show. Come 1946, we opened the Fond du Lac master site on a former Carium dairy farm 40 miles northwest of Cedarburg. This set us up for a great start to build a record-breaking 50,000 outboards in 1947. Like many of you, my passion for speed ran deep, and my drive to win reached further than just boats. I made the connection between land and water by owning a NASCAR race team, and over 2 years won a combined 52 races in the Grand Championship over both years, and we also cemented ourselves as leader in the engine building market by taking the first 5 places at the Albany, New York boat race. Speed was my passion, and my drive was deeper than just creating a business. I wanted to create the experience people only dreamed of. Enter the 1950s, and the Mercury company is growing strong, with industry-leading innovations such as the world's first 6-cylinder engine. Mercury then solidified its reputation in marine with the world's first 100 horsepower engine in our now trademark Mercury Black. And who would have thought that all those years back, those colors are now coming back? A white Mercury? Who would have thought? This sets the scene for the Mercury brand, with all engines taking on the trademark black. And the official Mercury Racing division is formed to cement Mercury as a powerhouse in the racing industry. I was always concerned about our competitors spying on our product development. We could never test without somebody seeing what we were doing or getting in our way. It was then that we found Lake Conlon. I named it Lake X because of its isolation, and it became the perfect testing ground. It was here that we created a 25,000-mile endurance race to really show the world that our engines were not just fast, but lasted the distance. 1965, and our growth is strong. For the first time, we expand our manufacturing capabilities outside of the United States to a faraway island called Australia. Building a plant in Victoria in the Melbourne suburb of Dandenong based on the facilities we had in Fond du Lac. So we can make sure we replicate the quality that our brand has been built on. This proves to be successful for the recognition of our brand and strengthens the relationships with dealers, distributors, and engine enthusiasts throughout Australia, New Zealand, and the South Pacific region. As some of you may know, the following years were a roller coaster for this region, but we weathered the economic turbulence and continued to grow. In 1972, we expanded the operation in Dandenong, building a storage facility right next to the manufacturing site, to meet the demands from you guys. We also rose to performance challenges in 1977 when a competitor's engine created a record by pulling 17 water skiers. The mighty Black quickly broke that record and pulled 20 water skiers. However, the changing market in 1982 meant the Mercury ANZ-P would cease to assemble of Mercury engines at the Dandenong plant. All engines sold in Australia, New Zealand, and the South Pacific region would be imported from the American plant. Enter the new millennium, and we focus on building ownership experiences as rewarding as the engines themselves. Stern drives, joystick controls, and low-emission technology showcase the focus on the experience. Engines designed for power, durability, performance, and fuel efficiency, but built to respect and conserve the marine environments our owners enjoy. Mercury Marine has been making world-class outboards and stern drives for almost 80 years now. We started back in 1939 in a small machine shop in Wisconsin, and we've grown into the largest builder of marine propulsion systems in the world. #1 on the water. And with the help from you guys, we didn't get there by sitting still. Ours is a long history of firsts, and foremost a history of constant improvement as we set and reset the standards of power, performance, and reliability. And nobody has given boaters more ways to propel their passion of activities and pursuits of reliability, comfortability, and efficiency across the water than us. When you talk about legacy, when you talk about success, little did I know back when I started the Mercury Marine story that it would be creating a difference in the lives of generations of passionate dealers, enthusiasts, and everyone who has had a connection with this outstanding brand. It is great to see that all of us in this room embody the tenacity, endurance, and innovation that I built this company on. From our global headquarters in Fond du Lac, Wisconsin, to the dealer locations all over Australia, New Zealand, and the South Pacific, this is where the leading marine innovation happens. Go boldly.